Every day someone gets turned away from Kris Jenner's mansion. But when that someone is Meghan Markle, arriving uninvited, you can bet it's going to make noise. Big noise. No warning, no text, no heads up. Just Meghan, former royal, current Hollywood question mark, rolling up like she still calls the shots. But the game has changed, and Hollywood doesn't hand out guest passes for old titles, especially not at Kris Jenner's gate. Here's how it played out. Meghan, confident she could charm her way into one of the most tightly guarded celebrity empires, made what insiders call a friendly drop-by. Only, security hadn't been informed, because there was nothing to inform them about. Her name wasn't on the list. Yes, her face may grace magazine covers, but that doesn't mean it gets her through the front door. And when Kris Jenner's security turns you around, it's no soft nudge. It's a clear statement. You're not part of this circle. Let's be honest, this wasn't some casual social stop. Meghan doesn't do casual. Every move is calculated. Every public appearance is part of a bigger strategy. She's been orbiting the Kardashian-Jenner world for a while now, liking posts, tagging accounts, trying to hint at a mutual connection. But Kris plays chess, not checkers. She reads the board long before you make your first move. And trying to fast-track your way in? That doesn't fly. Especially when the optics scream desperation. Meghan's been chasing relevance like it's slipping through her hands, and maybe it is. Since walking away from royal duties with Harry, she's tried it all. Activism, production deals, podcasts, red carpet appearances, but none of it has truly stuck. Not with the staying power she hoped for. And now this, showing up unannounced at Kris Jenner's door, as if she still carried that same glow. That's not strategy. That's desperation. Here's the truth. Meghan is struggling to figure out where she belongs. The palace is in the past. The British public has moved on. And Hollywood? Hollywood plays by its own rules. You don't just stroll into the Kardashian circle because you feel like it. That family built an empire by handpicking every single person in their inner world. It's not just about fame, it's about control. And Kris Jenner has mastered the skill of knowing exactly who adds value and who brings baggage. The reality is, Meghan doesn't just bring baggage, she brings headlines, controversy, and a reputation that's shifted from misunderstood to messy. Once, being a royal gave her a golden pass, but that pass has expired, and people are treating her like it has. No more guaranteed front row seats, no more just because invitations, and definitely no more showing up unannounced. This isn't just about being turned away, it's about what it symbolizes. Meghan is knocking on doors that no longer open for her. The woman who once commanded a global spotlight is now trying to borrow light from people who don't need her. She's moving like someone clinging to the last thread of relevance, hoping someone, anyone, will pull her back in. But that's not how this world works. Not in Kris Jenner's world. Kris isn't just a reality TV matriarch, she's the gatekeeper of a billion-dollar brand. She knows exactly what builds the empire and what risks bringing it down. And right now, Meghan looks like a PR risk with no clear reward. A wild card you don't let through the gate without asking, what's her angle, and what's it gonna cost? Show up without asking, and you don't get in. You get shut out, firmly. And in Hollywood, moves like that aren't forgotten. When someone shows up at Kris Jenner's gate without an invitation, word spreads quickly. From executives to PR teams, from agents to assistants. The buzz making the rounds? Meghan isn't just dropping the ball. She's completely lost sight of where the ball even is. It's as if she's playing a game where everyone else knows the rules. Yet she's still acting like her title alone is enough to get her in. What makes it worse is that Meghan is trying to live two lives at once. On one side, she's the humanitarian, speaking on mental health, feminism, and racial injustice. On the other, she's sliding into Hollywood power players' DMs, tagging the Kardashians like she's auditioning for their next group trip. Those worlds don't mix. It's oil and water. And people are starting to notice. It's not that Meghan can't be royal and relevant, serious and social, but the way she's doing it is all wrong. She's moving like someone more focused on being seen in the right circles than on building anything meaningful. And in Hollywood, that kind of try-hard energy turns people off. Especially when it's coming from someone who once seemed above it all. The fall has been brutal, and this Kris Jenner episode? Just another brick in the wall that's going up around her. Behind closed doors, people aren't mocking her cruelly. but with that quiet Hollywood chuckle. The kind where they nod politely in public, then share memes in private. Meghan's become the punchline to a joke she doesn't even know she's in. The worst part? She's still playing it straight, convinced the next move will fix everything. But nothing's fixing anything right now. Her PR game is off, her network is thinning, and her strategy, if it exists at all, is scattered. One week she's hinting at a political run. The next, she's tagging Kylie Jenner in Instagram stories. That's not versatility. That's a lack of direction. And in this town, direction is everything. You don't have to be popular, but you have to be consistent. Meghan is neither. Then there's Harry. His expressions say more than any press statement could. Every time Meghan stirs up another mess, he's the one cleaning up the fallout. He left the royal life for freedom. But this isn't freedom. It's chaos with a California zip code. Friends who've known them since before the palace exit are quietly concerned, not just for his image, but for his peace, his purpose, and his role in whatever this is becoming. Because it doesn't feel like a shared vision anymore. It feels like Meghan dragging them both through risky social gambles, hoping one will hit. But instead of wins, they get headlines. Instead of progress, they get locked doors. The shift is obvious. Meghan's no longer seen as a disruptor. She's seen as a liability. Not someone changing the system, but someone unable to fit into it. And Kris Jenner? She doesn't deal in uncertainty. She deals in control, image, and consistency. So when someone like Meghan shows up, unpredictable, unvetted, and potentially messy, turning her away isn't just about saying no. It's about protecting the empire. And that empire has no space for chaos. Harry looks like a man caught in a reality he never signed up for. When he left the monarchy, people thought he was reclaiming his voice. But now, that voice is being drowned out by the noise Meghan keeps making. Every headline with her name drags his along like baggage. He's not the lead in his own story anymore. He's the side character in a drama nobody asked for. That's the tragedy. Harry had the chance to reinvent himself. Well, to be more than a prince. But Meghan's chase for Hollywood relevance has turned that clean break into a muddy mess. Now, people aren't asking what Harry's doing with his freedom. They're asking how long he can keep cleaning up Meghan's missteps before he reaches his limit. Whispers in their circle are growing. Friends who once defended them are quietly pulling back. Not out of hate, but exhaustion. It's draining to watch someone repeat the same mistakes. Meghan's not just burning bridges, she's turning them into bonfires. And every time, Harry gets burned too. The saddest part? She still doesn't see it. Tagging celebrities, making surprise appearances, pushing narratives that don't stick. It's like she's stuck in a fantasy where name-dropping still buys relevance. But in today's Hollywood, nobody hands it out for free. You have to bring value. You have to build something real. Meghan still acts like being Meghan is enough. But the public sees through it now. The facade is cracking. Her critics have always been there. But now, the silence from her former defenders is louder than the hate. Even the press is shifting, from curiosity to cringe. The sympathy is fading, replaced with, "We've seen this before." This Kris Jenner rejection only made it worse. Now it's not just Meghan chasing fame. It's Meghan being shut out by the very crowd she wants to join. This isn't speculation anymore. It's visible rejection. And in Hollywood, rejection is loud, even when it's silent. For Meghan, this is a crossroads, whether she sees it or not. The clout by association playbook is failing, the recycled PR tricks aren't landing, and the image she's projecting is doing more damage than good. If she wants to stay in the game, she'll need to start from scratch, with something real. A project, a business, a cause, something earned. But the clock is ticking, and in Hollywood, when people stop caring, they don't announce it, they just move on. That's the real risk Meghan's facing. Not scandal, not criticism, but quiet, cold irrelevance. And as for Harry, the question hanging over it all is this. How long can he keep going like this? How long can he stay tied to a story that's sinking them both? Meghan wanted the spotlight, but the one she's in now is harsh, unflattering, and unfiltered. Unless something changes fast, she'll keep spiraling. And Harry? He might be the one to finally walk away, just to survive the fallout.